my friend, we're going to talk about a mirror mode today. If you're digging on this series, subscribe, put something cool in the comment section. Keep it clean, why don't you? I've got students to watch this channel. Now that channel's getting bigger too, a lot of the trolls are coming out of the woodwork, which is fun. Kind of. So, when we're playing any type of scale like do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, we explain it through the eyes of C in the beginning. It's much easier. When we use a different finger to start that scale preference, on a guitar especially, but you can do this with any instrument as long as it has pitch, which means in the Western world, we have 7 notes. The 8th one is an octave or a P8. However, when we look at the scales as not being 7 notes diatonically speaking, but as having a tetrachord attached to a tetrachord, the distance betwixt the 4 notes are generally fourths. Either it's a perfect fourth or an augmented fourth or something that has that ear. So when you divide scales in half, you could actually flip those around. When we talk about major modes or minor modes, we are talking about modus that has a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. When we alter the mode of Aeolian and we raise the 4th scale degree, we get Lydian. Lydian is charismatically called Lydian dominant because that note there changes where the ear wants to go to. It doesn't use the 5th dominant, use the subdominant as the 4th. The next mode inside the major scale besides Lydian is Mixolydian. And when we do this, we have a 1 to a 2, 2 to a 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, and then flat 7. That's our telltale sign of having Mixolydian. Works well over dominant chords, dominant with a 9, dominant 11, sharp 9, you name it, it works well with it. The whole idea about mirror modes is when we're practicing, it's often fun to go up and down scales. We learn them in order. Then we put half steps in there to kind of feel out all the notes in betwixt. And what happens is we kind of get really goofy to hit wrong notes. After those wrong notes are gone, you want a little precision and to be able to name what we're about to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and flat 7, when reversed, those distances make up a mirror mode. That mirror mode is called Aeolian. So sometimes it's really, really fun to mix these ideas. When you're practicing scales, try to view your modes as being forwards and backwards, kind of like a palindrome would be. And if none of this makes sense, that's all right. Maybe Google a couple of these terms. If not, put in the comment section and I will help to explain. If I don't know the answer to that, I will find my teacher and I will ask them. As far as being able to use this in a practical application, I would say put a backing track and work on going up and down your scales.